Ladies and gentlemen, once again, most welcome to this national dialogue on climate change resilience. At the onset of COVID, most conversations at that time was that Uganda was actually facing triple threats. At that time, with COVID, the locust invasion, and the floods in western Uganda. As we speak, the situation around the floods is actually across the country.
There have been serious consequences because of climate change. We have experienced erratic rainfall patterns, reduced rains, changed weather patterns, confusing even farmers.
Research conducted in Uganda by the Mary Robinson Foundation for Climate Justice reveals how climate change impacts are creating tensions between women and men, who respectively were predominantly responsible for food crops to feed their family and cash crops to earn an income.
When climate change starts to come on full board with all its negative effects, it obviously affects women and girls.
Climate change poses a development challenge. It's not only an environmental challenge.
National stability and security depends on climate change.
Climate change is a matter of urgency that requires a multi-pronged approach by all stakeholders.
We are gaining progress in planning for climate change interventions. NDP3 sector plans have got climate change interventions, which is a very good development, but we see non-compliance at budgeting level, non-compliance at execution level.
I don't think there is any member of parliament in his or her sane mind that would go against budgeting on issues of climate change. We shall support whether it is a mainstreaming budget, whether it is a supplementary budget, as long as it is talking about climate change. Climate change is a concern of everybody. It is a multi-sectoral problem.
To combat climate change and its adverse effects, one would need a robust legal policy and institutional framework. As we talk now, the bill on climate change is still before Parliament, and it has been before Parliament for a long, long time.
Addressing climate change is not something that is going to be done between now and the 5-year cycles. We are looking forward to ensuring that we come up with more ambitious and robust programs between now and 2030 and between now and mid-century and towards the end of the century to see how we can address emissions if they increase from what we are contributing to globally, which is only 0.001%.
We are developing a long-term strategy to address flooding in the country. We have had teams going all over the country. We are now, by the end of this month, we will have a national draft strategy and action plan to address flooding. We are presenting actions to government and the budget requirements, and all agencies of government and ministries are part of this.
The Ministry of Agriculture has prepared guidelines for mainstreaming climate change issues into its policies and plans. And basically these guidelines are to help us enhance our action towards a more ambitious effort to address climate change in the sector.
We need to make sure that the people on the ground are part of this discussion. And that's why, as the Minister of Water and Environment, we felt that we need to bring issues to the people. Let the people, first of all, understand that there is a problem.
Our projects selection criteria. You use climate change into the contractual obligations of the entity. So we made sure that all contracts, when we are giving them out, they have a component of climate change mitigation.
We have embarked on the development of legal regimes to help address the climate change. The draft climate bill is at its last consultative level in Parliament, but we are pushing for it. We are finished with the President's Office. The Cabinet Secretariat has given us a go-ahead, and we hope by the end of this financial year, it will be completed.